Na, 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 na. Anyways, here's another installment of Think Outside the Deck box for you, and this is Pantlaza Sun Favored. For 5 you get a 4/4 Dinosaur legendary creature with whenever this commander or another dinosaur entered the battlefield this turn, only once each turn, you get to discover X equal to the toughness of the creature. So you look at the top X cards, so in this case 4 because 4 toughness, and look at any cards that cost 4 or less and cast one of them for free and put the rest on the bottom in a random order. This deck we build on a budget over on our most recent live stream right here. If you want to see the entire deck building and what thoughts went into it, you should check that one out. This is the deck tech on how this deck works and what I ended up with in the end. And this deck costs just below 50 bucks. So the perfect price for a starter dinosaur deck, cheaper than normal decks you would buy in your LGS. We sorted the deck into different categories. We got dinosaurs here, some ramp removal and card draw. All of these have some dinos sprinkled in there, as you can see, as well as the lands pile, which have some nice utility lands. So check out the end of the video as well. And don't run away. We are starting out with the dinos. This deck consists of 35 dinos in total, so every third card will be a dinosaur on average. I sorted them by toughness, so we're starting out with 3 toughness, which is the tiniest dino of the non-effect dinos, so there's a smaller one as you can see. So the Snubhorn Sentry for 1, you get a 0/3, great. Ascend, so if you have 10 permanents on the battlefield, you even get +3/+0 on this cute little dino. Thrash of Raptors for 4, you get a 3/3 that is bigger and has trample as long as you have another dino on the battlefield, and we're playing many dinos as I already said. For 4, a 4/3 Axe Jaw that explores, so you reveal the top card of your library. If it's a land, you put it into your hand. If you don't, you get a +1/+1 counter on this creature, and then you may put it back or in the graveyard if you don't like the card that you just saw. Next up, Palani's Hatcher for 5, you get a 5/3 dino. Other dinos have haste, you get 2 eggs at the beginning of your combat. You may crack one of your eggs and get a 3/3 dino out of it. Orazka the Raptor for 4, you get a 3/4 vanilla creature just to have some more dinos to keep the deck budget in the sense of 50 bucks and below. You could replace it with any better dino if you want to. One of the ideas would be to get a Gishat, for example, if you want to spend another 3 or 4 bucks for that. Grazing Whiptail, a 4 mana 3/4 reach creature. Raging Regisaur for 4, you get a 4/4 that when it attacks it deals 1 damage to any target. Very nice. Snapping Sailback for 5, a 4/4 with flash, and that is very important, very powerful. And when it is dealt damage, you put a +1/+1 counter onto it. Because, why is it so important? Pantlaza only triggers once each turn. If you are able to cast dinos during an opponent's turn, why not do that, right? This one you will keep during an opponent's turn to get another dino from your deck onto the battlefield, as well as a little surprise for them. So everything that allows you to flash stuff in, little spoiler here, this guy, is great. It's great. So put more flash enablers into this deck if you want it to be even more over the top. Overgrown Armasaur for 5 for 4. Whenever it is dealt damage, you get a 1/1 sapling token. Spiketail Ceratops for 5, a 4/4 that can block an additional creature each combat. Some poison counters if you want to go that route for 5, a 4/4 haste. Toxic 3 Dinosaur, so it deals the normal 4 damage and also 3 poison counters. A player with 10 poison counters dies immediately. Stampeding Horncrest for 5, a 4/4 that has haste when you have another dino. Charging Tuscadon for 5, a 4/4 trampler. If it would deal damage, it actually deals double the damage, so it's kind of an 8/8 then. Shining Aerosaur, now a flying dino. We don't have many flyers. We have 1 reach creature seen before for 5, a 3/4 flyer. Cacophodon. For 4, you get a 2/5. And when it is dealt damage, you untap a permanent. This could untap any land, maybe. We have some nice lands that might want to get untapped, or any other creature that might want to block or something. You will find a use for that. Charging Monstrosaur for 5, a Trample Hasty 5/5er. Sun-Crested Pterodon for 5, a Flying Vigilance. If you have another Dinosaur. Soaring Sandwing has plain cycling. We have a couple of cyclers here. You can either discard it for 2 from your hand to get any plains card. Doesn't have to be a basic land. Or for 6 you get a 3/5, which has flying. It gives you a couple of life points. A Knight Altasaur. I like the idea that actually Discover and Cascade works well with each other. This will trigger first, getting you the Cascade, so when you cast it, you reveal cards from your library until you find something that costs less than the 7 that the Altasaur costs. You cast it, after that resolves, the Altasaur also resolves, and then the Altasaur enters and Pantlaza triggers, and you get to Discover X equal to the toughness of your Dino that you cast here. So if you find more Cascade cards to include, why not? We have, I think, another one to include in this deck. Then we have Migrating Ketrodon for 6. You get a 6/6 with cycling if you want to discard it, or you cast it for 6, get 4 life and a reach creature. Bellum T-Rexor for 6, a 6/6 with force cycling if you want to discard it, or it gets you 3 life and have a Trampler. Spider Rex, a daring dino, because Universe is Beyond, and why not? It's silly. For 6, a 6/6 reach Trampler, ward creature that is a spider dinosaur hero. We had to include a meme card here, Colossal Dreadmaw, just for the memes, for 6 mana, 6/6 Trampler creature, Imposing Ventasaur for 6, a Vigilant cycling creature, 3/6 if you want to discard it to draw a card. Brontodon for 7, you get a 4/6, and now all your creatures now deal damage with their butts instead of their teeth, but you don't have to include this. There are some dinos that have a bigger front than back, so think about it. But this also discovers 6, so that's also a nice way to get some more value. Looming Altasaur for 4, a 1/7 now. That can get a bigger dinosaur. Tarian World Tyrant for 5, a 9/7. Vanilla creature. A Cavern Stomper for 6, a 7/7 that when it enters you also scry to. And for 4, it can't be blocked by small creatures with power 2 or less. And lastly, Ancient Brontodon for 8, a 9/9 vanilla creature. Now, Dinos is not all. We have some ramp cards that synergize well here. The Collar allows you to reduce your dinos by 1, allows you to reduce your dinos by 1 and also give one of them haste. The Knight of the Stampede reduces your dinos by 2. Now, all of these dino reducers make these creatures very scary. If you have all 3 out, reduced by 4, this card now only costs 4 to get a 9/9 out and high value from the 9 cards that you reveal afterwards. Farseek, classic ramp cards, not much to say here. Rampant Growth, Wayfarer's Bauble, Ordeal of Nylea, not many people know about. Whenever your creature that you enchant attacks, you get a +1/+1 counter. If you have 3 or more counters on it, you sack this and get 2 basic lands onto the battlefield tapped. Cultivate, classic card, as well as the Kodama's Reach that does the same. Commander Sphere, you get a mana or you can sack it and draw a card. And lastly, another dino which I found fitting to include, the Wayward Swordtooth, that also has Ascent and lets you play an additional land. And if you have the 10 cards, so the City's Blessing, you can now attack and block with this 5/5er creature. Removal. We are playing a couple of fighting cards, and this also enables you to play dinos at flash speed. So if you're able to recast this later on, that's great. Like this is quite powerful and gives all of your dinos that you flash in the ability to fight another creature. The Stomp here costs less, so only 1 green normally, and you make 1 creature bigger and then fight. Ram through. If you deal more damage to the creature that you fight with, you deal damage to the opponent that controls that creature if it has trample. Pounce, again, fights. Abrade, great removal. Natural Reclamation for 5, you have Cascade, a second Cascade card, so you could further cascade if you wanted to after the Altasaur that you saw earlier. Also removes an artifact or enchantment. Naturalize, same here. Another Dino, same here, removes artifact, enchantment. Naya Charm I liked for the option, so 3 damage to a creature, or you return a card from the graveyard back to its owner's hand, maybe get Flash back, or you tap all an opponent's creatures and just normally kill them, right? Oblivion Ring to be able to get rid of anything pesky that you just cannot get rid of with any of the cards that you saw earlier, and Achroma's Vengeance for board wipe, and if you don't want to wipe the board you just cycle it for 3 to draw a fresh card. Similarly here, you can destroy all the artifacts and enchantments if you cycle it. If you cast it for 3, you can destroy 1 artifact or enchantment from one of each of your opponents. Now lastly, before we look at the lands, and I hope you enjoyed this video, card draw cards, or let's say card advantage. For 6, this is the most powerful card in this deck in my opinion. You draw a card for each other dino that you control. Like that is amazing. Seismic Monstrosaur. You can now sack some lands for card draw. You could also cycle it to get a mountain out of your deck if you don't need it. Garruk's Pack Leader for 5, a 4/4 that gets you a whole bunch of cards because many, if not most of them, have 3 power or greater. Harmonize, draw 3 cards. Hunter's Insight, draw a bunch of cards if you deal damage with the creature. You only play it if you know that the opponent did not block your creature that will go through. So let's say the 9/9 here, and they're like, okay, I'm gonna take 9, it's okay. Then you put Hunter's Insight on it and draw 9 cards for just 3 mana. Disciple of Frailties. Sack a big dino, draw X cards and get X life equal to its power. If you don't need it, you always have a land on the back. So we play 36 lands in total. Monstrous Vortex is a nice way to replace Pantlaza if someone removed it. And then all the big creatures with big power, 5 or greater, now also discover X equal to their mana value, or you have double the trigger, which is nice. Though what I just realized is this triggers at cast and this triggers at enters. So both of them stack really nicely. Then make some dino friends by looking at the top 5 cards, get a dino or a land and put it into your hand. We have Flicker of Fate, a couple of blinkers because Pantlaza triggers when enters, and if we remove a creature of ours and return to the battlefield, let's say the Brontodon because it's just lying here, we exile it, return it, we get another Pantlaza trigger and get another Discover at instant speed, so this counts as flash, you know. We have the Portal here that does the same, also gives first strike. Acrobatic Maneuver also replaces itself, also blinks a creature. And Rapid Vigor, I mean, I put it at card advantage, but keeping all your dinosaurs alive is a wonderful card advantage. I did not have a protection pile. Could have also created that, but I just didn't want to create a pile for just one card. And now lastly, the lands. Let's look at the bridge that has Hideaway. So you look at the top 4 cards. Exile 1 face down. And when you have 10 power or more, you can pay a green and tap this land to just put the card into play. And again, if it's a dino, flash speed, use that. It also enters tap. Keep that in mind. That is in the bracket. Didn't know that for years. Celestia Sanctuary, a land that you might want to untap with the dino that also untaps lands. And also maybe you want to return the bridge back to the hand with the Sanctuary. A couple of life gain lands just because they're solid duels here. Gain a life, enters tapped. Gain a life, enters tapped. Scries, enters tapped. Another gain a life, enters tapped. Path of Ancestry because we're playing a bunch of dinos and we can scry now the top of the library and always know what we're gonna hit with our commander. Command Tower, a Terramorphic Expanse, and Evolving Wilds. And now I do want to hear from you which cards you would have included in such a Pantlaza budget deck. Keep it budget, let's say like $5 or below per card that you offer to the person that gets this deck. Because again, I built it for a friend on a live stream. Do check it out if you want to see how I built it. It was a bunch of fun. Help me reach the 2,000 subscriber goal by clicking those 2 buttons and support the channel. And lastly, if you want a little shout out at the end of the video, do check out the membership options because we're finally monetized. Maybe there is something that speaks to you. Hope to see you in another video and bye bye.